Ladies, gentlemen, friends, family, bridesmaids, ushers, best men, etc., etc., etc. Thanks for coming to celebrate Katie and Lee on their big day. Excuse me for reading from this, but if I don't, I'll forget it. So. We cannot fully enjoy life unless someone we love enjoys it with us. Not my words, I'm afraid, but I have to agree with it. I did have something else, but it's not for the young ones' ears. In preparing for this day and this speech, I did a bit of research and found the internet is filled with good information about the duties of father and the bride. However, it's also full of a load of rubbish as well, which you don't find out until you've actually paid for all these services. Everything contradicts each other. You thank these people, no you don't. You say this, no you don't. You say that, no you don't. So, this is what I've got, and if it's wrong, tough. And apologies if I get a bit emotional, but this is hopefully, one in a lifetime.
Remember the advice?
Before we went into the church today, we stood outside and the registrar said to Katie, if you feel like crying, clench your buttocks and it takes it away. So no one sat behind me so they can't see what I'm doing. However, if it goes a little bit quiet, just bear with me. I cannot begin to tell you how delighted I am to see my daughter Katie looking so beautiful today. As she begins a new chapter of her life as wife and partner of Lee. I know I'm also speaking for Caroline and Kevin when I say we're not losing Katie, we're merely entrusting her to Lee's care. I'll come back to that. As I've got to know Lee, I've come to the inescapable conclusion that this will be very good care. He's shown himself to be exactly the sort of person that I always hoped Katie would marry. He's really likeable, easygoing, hard-working, and having watched him working the other day at home, I still haven't got a clue what he does. He's got immaculate taste. After all, he chose Katie, didn't he? I'm delighted to welcome him formally to our family. Families. It's a little bit complicated. I'm really fortunate that my lovely daughter has made a match with her Mr. Right, and indeed in doing so has brought more people into our family. Of course, marriage is not only about finding the perfect partner, but also about being one. I believe that marriage will teach Lee loyalty, self-restraint and control. It will develop a sense of fair play and many other qualities. All of these you wouldn't have needed if you stayed single. It only seems like yesterday, or maybe a few years ago, Katie was on her swing in the garden. Instead of being a typical girl with her mum's shoes on, she had my army boots on, which were as tall as her legs were long. We'd sit and watch rally videos and she would learn to count. We only ever got as far as 5, but she learned to count. I've scribbled a piece on the side here of something else that I was reminded about. Katie fell off her bike because her laces got caught in her chain. Yeah. I told her to stop moaning and get on with it. However, it turns out she had actually broken her wrist. Nowadays, I think social services are being involved in all sorts of things. How life changed. When Katie was in her last year at school, one weekend I asked her what she planned on doing when she left. She replied, her and Emma, I believe it was, were going to be holiday reps in Spain. When I pointed out she didn't speak Spanish, Katie replied in a typical whip, I don't need to, everyone speaks English. As we adopt more American traditions, brings me to Katie's prom. After having her hair and nails done, a lovely dress bought, and a ride in a limo for about an hour, I think it was, I, like all the other parents, was stood there waiting to see their loved ones emerge from the limo. The door flies open, Katie pulls out with a bottle of bubbly in her hand, champagne, it probably wasn't. Manages not to spill a drop or drop the bottle. What an entrance. It's customary on occasions such as this for the father of the bride to offer the newlyweds some profound advice. So here you go. Happy marriages begin when we marry the one we love. They blossom when we love the one we marry. When children find true love, parents find true joy, because they've gone. Here's to your joy and ours from this day forward. Before I finish, I'll go back to the bit about entrusting her to leave. When Katie was little, we would send her to her nan and granddad in Hartlepool for the holidays, because not all of us get 9 weeks off for the summer. Katie would fly up and back, covered more air miles than I've ever done in the army. However, we would sign her over to the airline, and she would be signed for at the other end, and if the wrong person turned up, she weren't going anywhere. So Lee, if you can sign that, she now belongs to you. Yeah, it's an actual paperwork, and I want your signature. The small print is small print.
He's called me a catalogue or part number.
Right, there you go. Sometimes you can't take the army piece out. You're actually signing that book there where it says. Thank you very much. She's now belongs to you. It's non-returnable. Ladies and gentlemen, please be upstanding. Raise your glasses and drink it too. Sorry. Okay, too much drink over there. Raise a toast to the health and happiness of Lee and Katie.